ASMR. Hey guys, I thought I'd just kind of show you some little clips that I took of this fun little app that I like to play around with when I'm feeling really stressed out. I just actually started playing it again last night. I hadn't played it in a while, but I used to play it for like an hour every night before I went to bed. It's called Hungry Shark, and you start out with a kind of medium-sized shark, and basically you swim around and you eat fish, you eat people, you eat jellyfish, you collect coins, you find treasure boxes, and as you move up in levels you can earn bigger sharks. And right here I actually am playing with the killer whale, and it sounds a little morbid, but it's really a stress reliever, swimming around and eating at people. I know that sounds bad, but I guess it's kind of like if you've ever just been messing around in Grand Theft Auto or something, and you just basically drive around and run people over. Like nothing you'd ever do in real life, obviously, but yeah. But yeah, I think it's a cute little app. Yeah, you see there you can knock into the little shark diving cages. You can try and fit yourself through that hoop and earn more points. You can jump in the air and do flips and try and eat birds. You can smash into boats and break them. All kinds of cool stuff. I guess there really isn't much more to say than that. So I guess I'll just chew some gum while you watch the playback. Oh yeah, you can try and get the ball through the hoop. I've done it before, but I am usually not super successful at it. Oh, there's a bunch of different levels. I can't remember what level this one is. It's just some sandy beach level. But you unlock other levels as you go on. And one of them is the China Sea, and the other one that I like to play is Antarctica. There's all kinds of those little bomb things that explode in the water too. And depending on what shark or whale that you have, you can eat certain types of jellyfish and other types you can't. And depending on the size of whale you are, you can bust through certain walls and other ones you can't. You can bust into the submarines underwater. You can get blown up. But if you have a bunch of the little diamonds that you've earned, you can basically respawn. I mean, there's no real legit point to it. It's just kind of mind-numbing fun. Oh, and if you earn a certain amount of coins, you get a gold rush, which means that all the fish and other sharks and things and people that you eat turn into gold, and they're worth even more coins or points or whatever. And then if you run into a turtle that's glowing and bleeding and you eat it, it's worth more points. Alright, now I'm going to switch over to the great white shark and the Arctic. And eat the Eskimos and penguins and stuff. There's one of those turtles. I was actually able to record this directly through the app, not my voice, obviously, but you can see it in the corner, the little record. You can bust into that helicopter if you can get up high enough. It just takes like 4 or 5 busts to break it open. See all the fish and things are cold. And you get a ton of points if you jump through the circle and eat something. Oh, children are outside. Really? Jump up in the air and get the birds. But yeah, I hadn't played this for like a couple of months, but for the longest time, like every single night I'd be playing it. Sorry. I also collect letters. And I think it's something like when you spell out hungry, you get some points. kind of the bigger the shark, the more often you have to feed them. Because it seems like you could eat a ton of fish, but then all of a sudden they're starving again. And if they starve, then you die. Alright guys, I am going to end this now that I have died. Hey guys, before I start, I just wanted to give a shout out to Adrian1234 for requesting this video. I'd also like to give a quick shout out to Kate ASMR. I had a hard time fitting the full name in there, but obviously that's Kate ASMR. Basically, I'm just gonna chew and chat, I guess, while you watch me mess around with the shark game again. So again, this is a little Arctic one with a giant great white, basically eating the Eskimos and birds and things. I hope you guys have been doing well. I have been under a lot of stress lately. I think I'll start whispering for you. I've been under a lot of stress. And this channel, well, not a weight loss channel, I had made basically so that I could do ASMR like the normal kind. And then when I would do a mukbang or an ASMR eating video, the idea was that I was going to do low carb eating, because I'm trying to do more of a low carb keto approach, hence the name Ketone ASMR. But lately, because of the stress, I keep forgetting to whisper. I've fallen off the bandwagon. As you can see in some of my videos, like the pizza video, the sushi video, the sandwich video, the McDonald's video. And while it was fun eating it at the time, and it was fun eating what you see other ASMR eaters or mukbangers eat, it just really has been having an effect on how I feel. So I'm getting back on the low carb bandwagon. I'll make a different video about that. Other than that, really that's all that's going on. I think that I'm gonna make a video where I just post like kind of like a slideshow of pictures. Like, I lived in Guam for 4 years straight, so I thought I could find a ton of pictures and narrate like this and talk about them. So I think I'll make a video like that. I also have a couple videos of myself, let's see, dressed up for Halloween in Salem. When I was living back home in Maine for a couple years, we would go to, let's see, I think 3 times we went to Salem, Massachusetts for Halloween. And it was so much fun. And each time I made my own costume. Of course, every single time it was a Doctor Who costume, but I still made my own costume. So, yeah. One year, the first year, I wasn't even gonna dress up. But very last minute, I found a big box and I cut a hole in the top of it. And then I made holes for arms. Punched out the bottom. And I painted it to look as much like I could as the TARDIS. And I wore Matt Smith's Dr. 11. I wore his fez on my head. So I was the TARDIS. And even though it was just this box that I painted, like, I had so many people stop and ask to take pictures of me. Even though I felt incredibly fat and uncomfortable. And I even found a Doctor Who number 9 who wanted a picture with me. I'll have to find that. And my mom, who doesn't know anything about Doctor Who, thought that he was Pee Wee Herman. And then another year, I took a red LuLaRoe, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, dress. And I kind of taped, sewed, whatever you'd want to try and call that, a hula hoop in the bottom so that it bowed out. And I glued little styrofoam balls on it that I painted black. And I made myself a Dalek. And I bought a blinking headset. Not headset. Blinking headband. And, no, I'm sorry. A blinking headpiece. There we go. From Etsy that someone specifically made to look like the little thing that sticks out of the Daleks that they exterminate with. And then the next year, I was a Dalek inside of a TARDIS box. So it's so much fun walking around Salem on Halloween and probably the weeks leading up to Halloween. There's so many people in costume. It's kind of, for me, who's never been to a Comic-Con and probably will never be able to afford to go to one, it was like a poor man's Comic-Con to me. I would love to go to a convention, but I could probably never afford one, and it makes me anxious, like all the people that would be there and all that money you would spend trying to see who you want to see and maybe not be able to see them. So yeah. So I really enjoy not only making my own costume, but basically people watching. I mean, I saw so many like realistic looking Freddy Kruegers, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers. Obviously there's a lot of people dressed up like witches. You know, you can go to the Salem Witch Museum that's right there. They have the Wax Museum too, although I wouldn't recommend wasting your money on that one. They really need an upgrade. There was two really cool Beetlejuices last year. Not last year, the year before, sorry. There was a drag queen Beetlejuice. It was amazing. And then there was a guy that sounded just like Beetlejuice. And his costume was on point. And he was walking around basically joking around with people, clowning on him and stuff. Oh yeah, speaking of clown, there's tons of those there too. Not just it, but there's all kinds of creepy looking clowns. Let's see. There's a lot of those T-Rex costumes that people get in, but there was a guy last year that was dressed up like, not last year, sorry, the year before, was dressed up like Sweetums from the Muppets. And that was like the coolest thing to me ever. I have a picture somewhere, I'll have to try and find it. And you can go on like trolley tours where they tell you about like weird things that have happened in Salem or just Salem history. It's a lot of fun, and people of all ages go. And down a specific street they have trick-or-treating that you can do, and you walk down around a corner and there's a bunch of pirates that give out like gold coin, obviously not real, but it's really cool. And I always recommend going into the Salem Witch Museum because I definitely think even today, like almost especially today, we still need a reminder that we are still using a mob mentality to crucify people. That whole innocent until proven guilty thing is still not really a thing. All you have to do is get on Facebook. All you have to do is watch the news. If a couple people say that someone did something, whether they did it or not, because you saw it on the news, because you saw it on Facebook, so many people jump on the bandwagon of hate and assume that someone did something, whether they did it or not. And there are still people that are literally being convicted of crimes they didn't do with hearsay evidence. The thought that somebody's words, whether they're true or not, can change someone's life still that badly is scary. Like, we've learned nothing from the Salem witch trial. We live in like such a mob mentality. It's scary. Just reading your Facebook can be really scary. I have seen so many people input their nasty opinion on things, and they don't even know if it's true. Hey everybody. Well, I guess I'm gonna whisper. Man, I'm so far behind on liking comments, responding to comments. watching subscription videos. Probably like a lot of other people. I keep forgetting to whisper. Probably like a lot of other people. I don't know, I've been having a lot of busy stuff going on, like last day of school for my son and getting stuff ready for summer, and now that my son's gonna be home, he's old enough. I mean, he's gonna be a sophomore, that he can not bother me if I tell him I'm gonna record or something, but I still feel a little weird recording while he's awake, but it's whatever. But yeah, over the weekends it's harder to record when everybody's around. I try and do it at nighttime, but sometimes it just does not work out. But yeah, so I gotta catch up on all my subbies videos and stuff. But this is another just whisper over the Fun Shark game, Hungry Shark Evolution, I think it's called. I can't remember. But someone requested that I make another one of these videos. I'm sorry if you can hear my husband playing Forza in the background. Hopefully not too bad. He talks to his friend over the headset, and when he's got the headset on, he does not realize how loud he is when he's talking. It's crazy. It's funny, it's the same when we're at the laundromat, because our current rental house doesn't have a washer and dryer. So until we get one, we have to go to the laundromat, and while we're sitting there waiting for the clothes to dry, he'll put his Beats on, his Beat headphones on, and he'll randomly ask me a question, and I'll jump out of my skin because he says it's so loud and everybody's looking at us. And I'm like, dude, you've got to take the headphones off if you're gonna talk. But anyway, yeah. It was kind of a busy week. It went by really fast. My son, like I said, he finished freshman year of high school on Thursday. And Wednesday and Thursday were a half a day of school. But since school doesn't start until 8:20, and it doesn't normally get out until 4:10, they don't get out until 1 o'clock on a half day of school. And unfortunately for him, on Wednesday, when school got out at 1, he could not find his bus. Now he has only been riding this current bus for a month. And we kind of forgot that on a half day of school, the bus lineup is a little bit different. I think it's because on a normal day, they have more time, because the high school's the last group of kids that they bus home. So the kids have more time to find the bus because it takes a little longer for the buses to get there. But when the high school is the only school that has a half a day, the buses get there earlier and leave pretty quickly. And even when we were in the apartment, he had only had 1 or 2 half days. So he didn't remember that there was a different setup, a different lineup for the buses. So anyway, he missed the bus. And unfortunately, we only have one vehicle, which my husband was using for work an hour away. And I had had no money to try and take an Uber to go get him. So even though school got out at 1 o'clock, he had to hang around at the school for like 2 more hours until my husband could go grab him. So needless to say, oh Jesus, I'm sorry if you just heard my husband swear. Oh my God. Anyway, needless to say, the next day, he ran back and forth to make sure that he found the bus on time. And he did it, so I was waiting with bated breath to make sure, hoping that it wasn't going to be another long day for him. Because that would suck on the last day of school, having to stay there longer. What really sucked was that he had gotten decent enough grades so that he was exempt from all the exams. And the last 3 days of school were all exams. And all 3 days he basically just played with his phone at school, but I couldn't just keep him home, I had to send him. So that made it even more annoying for him on Wednesday when he had to stay after school for 2 hours because he's sitting there thinking, I didn't even really need to be here and now I gotta be here longer, so yeah. Yeah, other than that, nothing really exciting. I just have not gotten a chance to go through all my comments, and I didn't even get to make a video for like a day or so. I wasn't feeling too well all last week either, so I don't know. I also had to, normally with this shark game, the app lets you record directly through the app and then upload it, or like save it to your camera roll on your phone. But for some reason, when I opened the app today to do this video, and I haven't played this game in quite a while, probably since the last video, the little camera button is gone, and I have no idea where it went. So I actually recorded this through my screen, the screen recorder on the phone. Hopefully when I upload this, it'll still pick up the background sounds, because I know that when I've recorded through the screen before, it did not pick up the sounds for some reason on something that I was doing. I don't think it was this game, but yeah. You might also be thinking to yourself, well, why doesn't your son just walk home? Oh, trust me, he wanted to. But it would be like an hour walk, and it's like across the highway, and just way too dangerous. We don't even really know the area that well. We've only been in this area of Texas for like 9 months, and this is the second place that we've lived at, so we haven't even really gotten out and explored too much yet, so. But yeah, anyway, school's over for the year, so it really went by fast. Oh great, now the cats are meowing. It's really strange to me to see friends of mine that are just a little bit older than me that have kids that are graduating high school. because I don't know. It's really hard to explain. I can't fathom it because it just seems like yesterday that I was dropping off my son at preschool, and I literally set him down in front of, he was 4 years old, like probably 4 years and 2 months, and I set him down at a table with 2 other kids who were playing Legos, and they asked that all the parents leave so that the kids would get used to us not being there. And I said my goodbyes, and like I literally had to like run out of the room before I burst into tears, because I had been fortunate enough to have been able to stay home with him up until that point. So I had been around him 24/7. He had never even been to daycare, and we were a military family at the time, and we lived very far away from family. Like, we were in Guam, the territory of Guam at this point when he was starting school. And my parents are in Maine, and my husband's parents were here in Texas, so, you know, we didn't have any family around to babysit, and daycare was really expensive, and I just didn't trust other people, so he literally had never even really been babysat before, so it was quite a change for me. I had to get used to kind of stepping away from being a bit of a helicopter parent. I remember like feeling really judgy in my head of the other parents when we would drop him off at pre-K, you know, which was preschool, pre-kindergarten, pre-K, because we would arrive at the school because the pre-K was inside the elementary and junior high school, and all the other kids were running around like little crackheads, you know, playing with each other, shoving each other, rolling in the grass, and it seemed like all the other parents but myself and my husband were gossiping to each other and not even watching their kids. And I remember like being so annoyed at that and having to kind of push my son to go play a little bit because he was shy. And after a while I realized that that was like completely normal. Like, all these other parents, their kids were used to interacting with other kids, so they didn't feel like they had to watch them every second, because we were in such a large group of people, and, you know, the kids weren't doing anything wrong. It was just me being, you know, helicopter-y. So, yeah, anyway, long story not short, I just can't believe that that was so long ago at this point. From just turning 4 to about to be turning 15. It's really crazy. I think as a parent you go through something weird because I swear to God, my son's personality completely changed when he was around 10 and a half. You know, up until that point, he still wanted to hang out with us a little bit. and he was a really sweet and shy kid, and, he was sensitive. And I know this is what's supposed to happen, but when he was almost 11, and that teenage switch just flipped on, it was really strange. I mean, he's not a bad kid. He doesn't give any more attitude than any other typical teen. He's just got kind of a monotone, like whatever laid back type of attitude. And his interests are all different now, and it's just so weird. And there's obviously that, I don't need you for things that I used to need you for, so you can go away type of typical teen attitude. And it's just really weird. And and it really reminds me of the episode of The Middle that I was watching a couple weeks ago, where the mother found out that she needed to get a hysterectomy, and she didn't know how to feel about it, because even though she was done having kids, she wanted to be done having kids on her terms, and not because she literally couldn't anymore. And her husband thought it might cheer her up if they babysat a baby. And at first it did the opposite and made her really upset. But then they were driving around to try and get the baby to stop crying. And they started going down memory lane, talking about how they used to drive their children around in the same neighborhood, in the same areas to calm them down. And they were smiling and laughing and telling stories about, their kids and what areas finally put them to sleep. And then they realized that the baby they were watching had fallen asleep. And I believe it was the mother that said, "Oh, not for long, what's coming up here is that old pothole. That old pothole that pops everybody awake again." Well, they braced themselves for the pothole, and it never happened. And then it hit the mom. She burst into tears. And then it hit me that the reason she burst into tears was because it had been so long since she had had her baby, her last kid that was in junior high or about to be in high school. It had been so long since he had been a baby that they had finally fixed that pothole. It was no longer there. So the fact that it had been so long since her youngest was a baby just hit her. And the fact that there was going to be no more babies, it just hit her. And it got me in the gut. It's such a weird, I'm about to be 39 in September. It really is. I was about to be 23 when I found out that I was pregnant for my son, with my son. And he wasn't planned. And it was a shock, but it was a good shock. But it wasn't one that we had planned for. We were the first in our group of friends to have a baby and get married. And yes, we did it in that order. So it kind of felt special at the time. Like we were the cool ones the first. And after he was born, since we hadn't planned for him, we kept putting off trying for a sibling. I kept thinking, you gotta lose weight first, you gotta lose weight first. And then I would lose weight, but we'd chicken out. And then I would gain weight back. And before I knew it, all of our friends, all of a sudden, were beating us. Like they were all now married and had 3 children to our 1. It was just crazy. And then about 6 years ago, we started trying to have a baby on and off. And when it wouldn't happen in like 3 months, we'd give up for a while because it was really stressful. Then I'd try and lose weight again. Then the stress of it not happening when we'd try again, I'd put on weight. We'd stop, try, lose weight, try, gain it back. And that's basically where we still are. I'm hoping that I can have another one, but I don't know, I'm getting older, so we'll see. Okay guys, this got too long, bye. Hey you guys, I have not made one of these videos in quite a while. They used to let you record the screen on the inside of the app, but for some reason now I have to record my phone screen. Please excuse my voice. I've got a bit of a cold. I tried using the Neti bot, and I've used one before and know how weird it is, but you never quite get used to that sensation. Ugh. And for some reason after I used it, I smelled garlic or ammonia or something, and it was not a pleasant smell, but it did temporarily clear out my nose. Anywho, so yeah, here we are playing the Hungry Shark game. Even though it's a shark game, this is my favorite character right here. Is the big huge killer whale. And honestly, I never ever really play this game to win. I just play it for kind of stress relief. It's fun to eat people. It really is. And since it's been so long, my fingers are not used to playing the game anymore. Like, as you can see, I keep trying to jump through the hoop, and I can't quite get my fingers to do it. There's also a giant beach ball in some of the scenes in here, and you get points for flipping the ball into the hole. I haven't been able to do it in quite a while. But yeah, I haven't played this consistently in a long time. I just play it for fun. I don't know, I think I've actually beaten a lot of the levels in the little worlds that I keep playing. So I need to go and beat the levels in the other worlds, but it's just fun to play these ones. This one and the Arctic one are my favorites. I don't know, it's just so weird seeing, I don't know, being a killer whale and eating people and giant turtles and stuff like that. Also really weird that, well, I guess not really that weird, but it feels weird
when you're a killer whale and you're eating another killer whale for coins. Thankfully, I have a lot of the little diamonds because I haven't played in a long time and they just built up. So, when I frequently die, I can keep playing for a while because I refuse to, as much as I like playing this game, I refuse to pay any real money to play it, you know? The only thing that sucks about this game, and I guess it makes sense, well, how the game works is, excuse me, you start off with a really small shark, and you can earn points towards buying a bigger shark. And I played it, oh my god, that's my mother-in-law's cat. I swear, every time I make a video. Yeah, so you can earn points to buy sharks. Shh. And the bigger the shark, the hungrier they get. So you could sit there and eat all these sharks, and birds and fish, and then 2 seconds later, like, be almost dying because you're starving. Okay, I gotta go take care of this cat. Hold on a second. Sorry about that, you guys. Yeah. So like I said, oh, you can see here, like, there's the ball. And I've never managed to make it in the hoop anymore. I just don't play it consistently enough, but, you know, as disturbing as it might be, it's really fun to eat the people and hear them go, ah. And yeah, I frequently die as the killer whale because, like I said, you could sit there and fill up on people and jellyfish and other whales, but then, like, you're immediately needing to eat again. And if you don't fill up quick enough, then you starve to death. So yeah, I thought I'd play this. I don't know. I'm tired. I've got a cold. I don't feel like really eating anything, and yeah. I will make some bubble blowing videos soon, but I've got a tooth on the left side of my mouth that's really bothering me right now, so it's super sensitive, so I'm kind of holding off for a day or two on that. Look, I just exploded. But then, you see, I can save myself by clicking on the diamond. But I didn't want to this time because I wanted to go and play in the Arctic. But actually, I want to equip myself with some extras that I have built up. Gotta watch this quick little ad. Basically, these things make it so that I get, every time on the screen when it says Gold Rush, that means that all the fish and sharks and things around turn into gold and you get extra points. I'm gonna click on something that makes it so that I get extra gold rushes, so there'll be a lot of gold stuff to earn. So God, even this gum is kind of bothering me a little bit. Yeah, it's what I clicked on makes it a mega gold rush. You can eat seals and penguins and little Eskimos. Well, oh yeah, look, see, being a cannibal. That looked like a baby too. No, but they're probably not Eskimos, they're just people in really big winter coats. I'm not going to assume. And you can jump up and knock into that helicopter a couple of times that's shooting at you from above. But I'm not gonna bother. It looks really funny, just like stumbling around too, like that, like waddling. Yeah, I die a lot. See, everything turns to gold. The mega gold rush, though, does not last very long, so if I get in a little stuck in a corner or something, I miss it a lot of the times. The big whales can break through little, like, crystal formations in the rocks. So that's cool, but they also get stuck in corners, so. Yeah, you can also collect letters too. I'm dead again. You can also collect letters to spell out hungry, and you get extra points because it's like Hungry Shark. I can never remember if it's Hungry Shark World or Hungry Shark Evolution. I'll put it in the title. Yeah, there's the helicopter. Yeah, see, I have a couple letters over there. I can't get through the hoop and I'm starving. Nope, just was a cannibal again. Oh, again. Again. There's an H. if we saw this gigantic, creepy looking killer whale like that in person, we'd be freaked out, but it just looks incredibly goofy on the game. I mean, look at that. Yeah, I barely make it through the hoop these days. Who got a G? I usually try and play until I've got like a ton. Ooh, I exploded. Like a ton of money. And then see if I can buy a new shark to test out and stuff. I haven't really played consistently enough in months to be able to do anything like that. So like the little golden things that you see with like pink behind them, those are little sea turtles that are injured. So they're basically little sea turtles swimming around with blood clouds following them. And these little weird things that you see following me around are my little pets. Oh, I'm gonna save myself. Sometimes I forget my pets are there and I try and eat them. And it takes me way too long to realize the difference. I saw that Xbox actually has this game on it. I have no idea how to record on the Xbox. I know you can take clips, but I don't know how long of a clip you can do. And I don't know how you'd get it off the Xbox. I don't know if you need anything extra and special to record the screen when you're playing Xbox or not. I am no expert on any of this stuff. Like, I recorded this on my phone screen and now I'm narrating it through the Movavi video editor. And then, like when I do the Craigslist videos, I use OBS or something like that to record the screen. And then I bring the screen recording into Movavi. And I also, at the same time that I was recording the screen with OBS, I just opened Sound Recorder on my computer and just talked into the microphone while I was recording the screen, and then I put them together in Movavi Video Editor. There might be a better way, there might be a simpler way, I don't know. Man, my stomach is rumbling. I'm starting to feel like this whale now. hungry, and then I'll probably be hungry again 5 minutes later. But yeah, I think Movavi has an option to record your screen, but I think you have to upgrade and pay some money for that. And I don't want to do that right now, so I would rather save up some money to get a Blue Yeti and stuff. Look, the whale's starving and has no energy to break apart the submarine. Break it, yay. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna end this in a minute here. Sorry about the cat sounds earlier. Sorry if you heard my stomach rumbling a couple of times. But yeah, I really do enjoy playing this game. I haven't uploaded one of these in quite a long time, so I thought I would do another one. And if anybody wants me to do one of these just whispering and not chewing gum, or if you want me to do any sort of whispering video that doesn't have gum, give me some ideas in the comment section. That would be awesome. I have a Burger King video coming up that I filmed like over a week ago or something. It is not that great, but it's something. I had to record it in my bedroom because everyone was home, and my husband had his headset on and was playing Xbox and was being super loud, and my son was being loud, so I didn't even have my microphone or anything, because the only microphone I have right now is this USB one that only hooks into the computer because I don't have any, adapters for it. So the Burger King video is strictly on my phone, like at a little table in my bedroom. So don't expect anything fancy, not that you ever would, because I am not profesh. Oh my god, I'm dead again. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna end this here. Bye-bye. If I can figure out where to stop it.